This is the Roulette Master, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe by hitting the red subscribe button in the lower right hand corner. Also ring that bell for notifications because I have new content releasing every single day of the week at 8 a.m. And for today's video, this one was sent in by Chad, one of my subscribers. And let's go ahead and get started and see if you like the way he plays or if you would modify it. Let me know down in the comments. So let's get started. So he starts with a $100 bet. He plays red and black, and he plays the opposite of what just hit. So let's go black. But the key here is going to be the progression and when to stop and restart. So here we go. Okay, so when you win, you just rebet, but you switch colors. So we're up $100 now. Okay, and when you lose, you repeat the bet on the same color. So right now we're back to even, but we're putting another $100 bet down. Okay, and then now we're going to double on that color. So 200. If we lose this one, we're going to start over, and we'll lose $400, but then we'll restart. So let's see how this works. Okay, so we did lose $400, but now we're going to restart, and we'll still be on red because it's the opposite color, but it'll just be for 100, and we're minus 300 right now. So you don't continue in the progression. Okay, we lost at 100, so we'll again repeat the $100 bet. And this is about the worst case scenario that could happen is if you get on a huge streak of one color like this. But let's write it out and see what happens. So we lost at 100, we lost at 100 again. Now we're at 200. Okay, we got a red finally. And when you win, you always start back over opposite color with $100. And that was about the worst start we could have had. We are down 300, but let's see if we can ride this out. Okay, so we won there, so we switch colors to red. Now we're only down $200. Okay, we lost there, so we'll repeat the $100 bet on red. Okay, we're minus 300 right now. Okay, we won that one, so we'll switch to black for 100. We're at minus 200. Okay, we got a win. So now we'll switch back to red. You always do the opposite color, unless you lose, and it's still the opposite color because like if there were a bunch of black and you hadn't hit red yet, you'd still be on red. So we're minus 100. Alright, I think that got us back to even. So now we'll go black for 100. What I like about this system, even though we had a horrible start there with a bunch of black in a row, what I like about it is it doesn't try to, after the first one, it just tries to recover the money that you've lost, and it doesn't escalate and keep going, so you can't get hurt on a really, really long loss unless you lost multiple times in a row. But anyway, let's see how we do here. We got through the tough part. Let's see if we can make some money now. Okay, we hit black, so now we'll go to red. We're up 100 now. Okay, we got it. And I don't know if you've noticed yet, but you only make money on the first one. The second $100 bet is a break even, and then the third, the $200 bet's a break even. So we're just making money on the ones we get first hits on. So we're up 200 right now. Now we're switching back to black. Alright, so we started out really bad, and now we're catching a good run. We're up $300. We're switching to red. Alright, now we'll switch back to black. We're at 400. Okay, we lost, so now we'll repeat the $100 bet on black. Okay, we lost again. We still have one more chance to recover it. We have a $200 bet on black. Oh, okay, so we lost the $400. So we restart, and we are still on black because it's hitting red. We're back to 0 right now. Anytime you're up a lot, feel free to close out when you're playing. I mean, it's always smart if you get up a lot to cash out, but I'm going to keep going here. So we got a win there. We're back up $100. We're going to switch to red. And again, you're just winning money on the first hit. The rest of them are recovery. Okay, now we're up $200. We're switching back to black. Okay, we lost. And now we're going to repeat the $100 bet on black. Okay, now we have one more chance to recover. We're going to do 200 on black. Okay, and we recovered our losses. So now we switch to red for 100. We're up 200 right now. Okay, we lost. So we'll repeat the $100 bet. Okay, we lost again, so we'll have one more chance to recover here. $200 bet on red. Okay, we recovered. Now we switch to black for 100. Okay, now we're up $200. Okay, we lost. So we'll repeat the $100 bet on black. We lost again. So now we'll try our final attempt to recover on black. And we didn't, so we lost the 400. But let's see where we're at total now. We're going to still be on black for 100. We're minus 200 right now. Okay, we lost that one, so we'll have our second $100 bet on black. You can see when you lose on this is when you get a long string of one color, and when you win is when it gets choppy. Okay, we won, we recovered, so now we switch to red. And we're minus 200 because we did have that $400 loss. Okay, we got a win. So now we'll switch to black for 100. So we're only minus 100 right now, but obviously if you guys have been playing, you probably would have cashed out when we were up $400 or $500. I'm just going to continue to play just to show you how it goes when you play longer. So we're back to even. Now we switch back to red for 100. We lost, so we're in recovery mode. We do our second 100 on red. Okay, now we have a 200 bet on red. And we lost the 400. So now we're going to be down $400, and we'll be still on red for 100. We restart. And we lost. You can see why, all those black in a row over there. So now we have our second $100 bet on red. Okay, we won that. and recovered. So now we switch back to black for 100. And now you would have to try to recover that 400 that you're down. But the key is to cash out when you're playing a system like this, to cash out when you're ahead. Like we were 400 or 500 up at one time. We're at minus 300. We can see if we can work our way back here. We lost that one, so we'll put our second $100 bet on red. Okay, we won that one, so we'll switch to black for 100. We're still minus 300. But again, at one time we were up $400 or $500 doing this. Okay, we lost, so we'll put our second $100 bet on black. And we lost again. Okay, so now we have a $200 bet on black. And we lost that. So now we are getting down a bunch. It's good that you can see what can happen, what kind of a startup fund you would need doing this. But now we're down 700. So the only thing that I can think of when you get down that much with this system is if you have the startup fund, start with $200 instead of 100. But the downside to that is it could take you down further. So let's try that. We'll do 200 on black. Okay, then we'll switch to red for 200. Okay, so we'll do a second $200 bet on red. But the downside to doing it this way is if you do lose 2, 2, and 4, then you lose 800. Okay, so now we put 200 on black. And here we go. Okay, there we go with that. Now we switch to red for 200. Let's see if that will eat into those losses. But we had a loss there, so let's go into recovery mode. 200 on red. And then our final recovery attempt at 4. Again, the downside to this is if you do lose, you'll have lost 800. So there you see the downside. So this was a losing session. We're down $1,100. So I wanted you to see what can happen, good and bad, with this system. Obviously, we could have cashed out at $400 or $500 up early on, which you obviously would have done if you were playing. But the reason this didn't work was we got a lot of red and black together, but that can happen. This is roulette. So this was a losing session, but I thank you for sending the video in. I think that that it can be good, and you can use it in smaller increments than $100. If you're looking for a system that does the progression doesn't continue and resets, I would give this a try. I don't think it would lose like this all the time, and like I said, we could have cashed out and been a winner earlier. But thank you for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit the red subscribe button in the lower right hand corner. Also ring that bell for notifications because I have new content releasing every single day of the week at 8 a.m. This is the Roulette Master, and have a great day.